If you're an information security leader in a mid-sized organization, you might think you're secure until we show you that vulnerability or that gap that gets the attacker into the organization. One of the biggest vulnerabilities that is often overlooked are basically the technical debt that's associated with the organization. So you're probably asking yourselves, what is technical debt? All right, technical debt is all of those systems, all of that software, basically anything you brought into the organization that you might have forgotten about. Think about those servers that were brought in years ago, and you thought that you refreshed those servers, you got rid of them, but they're still sitting in a corner and they're still turned on. Think about those assets, those systems that maybe one of your developers spun up in your cloud environment, right? Whether that's Azure or AWS or Google, and they forgot about it. And you just have so many things going on, you're not really managing the billing. You don't really know that thing's turned on. Well, it doesn't get patched. Maybe some of the security rules weren't secured appropriately. Those items are items that attackers are going to look for. Those are things that will persist within the organization if you're not on top of patching. The one fear that keeps CISOs up at night, the Chief Information Security Officers, is what if we've already been compromised? How do you know? If you're not actively performing any kind of assessment within your environment, if you don't necessarily have the detection capabilities within your environment, you won't know. Attackers are getting smarter. The adversary is improving. Their tactics, their techniques, they're getting better every single day. The threat landscape is evolving. So when I hear a CISO, a Chief Information Security Officer, or some other information leader tell me that their network's quiet, they've either done a really good job or they have no idea that they have a threat or a potential threat against their organization. You need someone to spar with. You need to understand the threat. We are that adversary that can hack your organization before the bad adversary compromises and wreaks havoc within that environment. We at StackTitan are that adversary. We are that trusted partner, that friendly hacker that can come in and organize an entire attack campaign and perform that service against your organization. Hackers aren't hunting whales. They're casting nets, and they're casting those nets wide. The size of the organization, it doesn't matter. The we're too small is one of the largest lies, one of the largest myths that any organization, to be perfectly honest, should even consider. You work with us, with StackTitan, we perform the attacks, we help you remediate those attacks, show you exactly how the adversary performed the scenario, how they were able to get in, and then we help you reduce that risk. 60% pays for itself.